The characteristics of the white man is evil. He was made like that through nature, now we say. Naturally, he was made like that.
The distinction of this book, Quran, is that from the opening to the closing, it is all truth.
One who I pray for every morning, that God continues to wrap his arms around him. He is my friend, he is my brother, and he is a gift from God. Please welcome with me Minister Louis Farrakhan, the healed Minister Louis Farrakhan.
The Opus Dei is another arm of the Jesuits. What that means, you have Masons, you have Illuminatis, okay. You have the New Age movement, you have the Trilateral Commission, you have the Club of Rome, you have so many others. There are in different areas working through certain programs what they need in that particular area where these organizations move, whether are secret or public organizations, they need to control certain area of certain people. And this is where and how they'll be ready to have them under control.
Let's look a little deeper.
Yes, sir.
Just bear with me a few more minutes.
Come on.
It gets a little hot. It gets a little hot, you know, just fan yourself, it'll cool down. Everything's gonna be all right. Don't be frightened for me. Don't even let the frighten for me. Don't even let it be frightened for me. Don't even let
In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, the All-Wise, the True, and the Living God, who we believe appeared among us in the person of Master Farrakhan Muhammad. We thank him for intervening in our affairs. We thank Allah for raising from the midst of us someone who could teach the downfall of black man and woman in America who suffer from a condition of mental death. We thank Allah for the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, but we also thank him for the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, who is among us today, continuing and extending the legacy and teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, not just among his own people, but to all people throughout the world. And we would also like to say at this special occasion here at the Ideal Org in Buffalo, New York, we thank Allah for L. Ron Hubbard, because without his work and his research, we would be able to go part of the way towards total liberation. But with his help and the technology that he was blessed to develop, we know now that we can go all the way. So in their names and in the names of righteous people everywhere, we offer the greetings of peace. We say it in the Arabic, Assalamu alaikum.
Lodestone that they have hanging down there, that when Muhammad decided to be a good small-town booster in Kansas, Middle East, or something. So, by the way, the only reason he mocked that thing up is the trade wasn't good in his hometown. That's right. You read the life of Muhammad. And he's got a black one, and it's sort of hung between the ceiling and the floor, and I don't know it. Maybe it's called a Casbah or something. Anyway, that thing is a mock-up of the emanator. The emanator is bright, not black. And so your volunteer, who was just on a sightseeing trip, goes in, and this thing is standing in the middle of a room, and it's going whong, 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 whong. And he says, isn't that pretty? Modern work, if it has anything to do with them, is trifle wild in spots, but it's fascinating work in itself, and that's work written by Aleister Crowley, the late Aleister Crowley, my very good friend.
(1760). The Wonder Man of Europe runs for his life. No records exist of his birth, death, or true identity. He was considered a genius in art, music, politics, and alchemy. Although he looked 40, many believed he was at least 150 years old. He called himself the Count of Saint Germain. Others called him the man who would not die. There are people in contemporary America who believe that Saint Germain is very much with us. Although he was most prominent 200 years ago, they believe he has never died and never will.